Hi guys, and welcome to How Much Bitcoin YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we're gonna test out the GTX 1080 Ti Hybrid. Hybrid means it has a fan and like an internal cooling like any other video card, and it has an external water cooling. Is it any good? I don't know, we have to test it out. We'll check it out with some gaming and mining figures. We'll see if it's any cooler when you mine on it, and if I see any performance differences in mining and gaming. Now this one I picked up for 900 bucks. I got lucky, no lie. It's probably 1,500 by now. Sorry guys. So that's why you kind of have to be on top of it. When you see a good card brand new, just buy it. So I picked it up on Amazon and it's brand new. Let's go ahead and unbox it, install it on our testing rig and see the results. Now let's do the unboxing. Just looking at the box, you can see that it's different. It's kind of thicker and smaller compared to the traditional 1080 Ti box. It's much bigger, but this is by EVGA, so that might be the difference. Let's go ahead and open it and see what's inside. So it looks like a box inside a box. So let's open this one too. It looks like a very nice instruction envelope with probably CDs and information about this card. And let's see what else is inside. So we got the EVGA little book, information about the card, and we got a nice stickers. Okay. We also got some more warrant, like to do and what not to do, and a CD with all the probably overclocking software inside, and a very nice, let's see, EVGA type of, ooh, that's quite nice, EVGA poster. That's really nice. Now let's take a look at the card. It is a little different packaging because it has this external water cooling, and it's very flexible, so you can probably install it in different ways. It has one fan and it has another fan on the GPU itself, and there are some more protective stickers here. And as you can see, it's 1080 Ti, and there is another fan. So this is the second fan, so that's why it's a hybrid. It has the fan inside the video card, and it has the external fan with the external radiator. And those cables you see over here translate the water from one hose to the other and circulates the water to cool down the card. Now let's go ahead and install it inside our rig. I'm gonna go ahead and install the card. Now this piece right here, the fan with the heatsink, it's actually gonna go to the bottom right here. This is the best place for it right now. So make sure you have a case that can actually have a place for this, because if not, it's gonna be some random spot, and that's not really good. You want that air to get out of there and all the heat to get out. So you really want to select your case really well. Or if you have an open case, that might be a little better, but you have to remember those those ones are gonna hang out, and you have to find a place for them. One screw to hold on the video card into the case. Two full-size PCI power cords for our graphics card. So the video card didn't come with any screws to hook up the fan. I actually had to, I have to source my own screws. I guess they expect you to kind of like DIY it and do it yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and those are standard motherboard screws. I'm gonna use those to hook it up. Look at this beautiful logo. It says EVGA Hybrid. Beautiful. Here we are, it's all done. I did some benchmarking, and this is the underclocked version. So I underclocked it to 70% power, and I overclocked the GPU and the memory clock speeds to 300 megahertz, and that helped me reach about 644 sols in equal hash. Now that translates to about $6.40 per day for right now prices. Of course, that changes all the time. Temperatures are super low. I have not seen any GPU or any miner ever that reached temperature like this while mining. I mean, it's 44 degrees Celsius, and it kept it pretty well. That's amazing. I mean, even the CPU not mining is 54 degrees. That's just crazy. So if you're really concerned about temperatures, that's the card for you for sure. It's also very quiet. Now let's take a look at overclock speeds. I used NiceHash 2 just to make sure I have a reference, and I overclocked it to 300 megahertz, and I also did the power target to 107%. I did consume 100 more watts to up to 360 or 350 watts compared to only 260 watts when I did the underclocking version. Temperature went up to 57 degrees, and that's still the lowest I've ever seen it. So very low temperatures. The profit did went up, and the performance was a little better in some scripts. For gaming, you get about 10 FPS more, not that much, not that big deal, but it does give you a difference, and bang for your buck is pretty good because it doesn't cost that much more than the standard cards, usually only $100, and for those kind of temperatures, you can overclock it very safely, and I can feel comfortable overclocking it. I cannot recommend you to overclock it because that's a void warranty, but I did overclock it myself, and I'm probably gonna stay overclock it for the rest of the card's life because the way it distributes the heat is very good, and it has a very reliable clocking speeds when it's overclocked. I haven't seen it glitch or do any problems as long as I keep it within the 300 megahertz overclocking speeds. So we tested out the EVGA 1080 Ti hybrid. The temperatures are so low, the lowest I've ever seen it. If temperature is your concern, that's the cards for you. Also, I noticed that the power wattage draw is pretty high when you overclock it. It lets you overclock it pretty well, and it controls the temperatures. It doesn't go too hot, it doesn't do any throttling in the temperatures because the temperature is so low. So it's a perfect card to overclock. I can feel comfortable overclocking it anytime I want. Just remember that if you do it, you are avoiding the warranty, so I cannot really recommend you to do it. But this is one of the only cards I feel comfortable overclocking it 24/7. It makes about $8 a day, and that changes all the time. You might get, your money back in a few months, and really depends on how much you got it for. Will I pay a lot more for it compared to a regular 1080 Ti? I'm not sure, because a 1080 Ti regular one, I compared it, and mine's almost the same. The main thing is the temperature and the overclock. So you can overclock it a little more, you can make a little bit more than a regular 1080 Ti, and that's really worth it if they're the same price. Another concern is what to put that water heatsink, because you can't just use an open rig, open case, because when you install them, they're so close to each other. Where are you gonna put that that heatsink, right? So that radiator have to be installed somewhere. It works really well on big cases like I have, so I can just take one of the fans I have right now and then put the new one in. But when you have an open case with 6 of them, you have 6 different heat sinks like this. I don't know where you're gonna put it. So maybe this will not work if you're building a 6 GPU rig. It will work if you have a big computer to put it in. I'm also doing a giveaway for this video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below. What do you think about this card? Are you gonna use it yourself? Do you have a better idea how to install it? I would like to know. I also opened a forum post about this card where we can talk about ideas, where to install it, or where the best place to buy it. I added links below to find it on Amazon if you want to pick up one. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.